Well, hello everybody. Thank you for joining me on the Sisters Trust. Well, it is time to cook again. And one of the biggest topics has been bread. So a lot of us, or some of us, are doing a no carb challenge where you don't eat. They're focusing on rice, potatoes, what is it, pasta, and what else would be in that? Rice, potato, pasta, anything else that have a lot of carbs. So we was talking to one of our friends today, and she was sharing with us off of that Instagram people that was making different recipes. So sometimes you could take a recipe and make it your own. So this recipe, I'm gonna try to make a flatbread, and so with me trying to make a flatbread, I know some things don't have taste, so I'm gonna season it just like I was doing with my pizzas, with using a little bit of oregano, a little bit of olive oil, and you have to use a little bit of salt because I realized even though you might have the oregano, it don't really have a taste until you put a little bit with it. So anyway, I'm gonna run through it, and as I practice, we'll be making it together. So like I said, it's basic ingredients. Oh, I need a measuring cup. Let me see. And I might need my glass measure so I think I could pour it in there and pour it easier. So if you notice over here, I already got my little pans lined with my little parchment paper. Because I'm thinking about, I don't know if you could make little bitty ones, and then you could, like whenever you want to have a sandwich, because the whole point is just to wrap your stuff in it. But this is like going to be a high protein. The lady also was making it to like I would say like I want to say French toast, because she had it in one of these type of pans where it came up higher and then you sliced it that way. So I want to see, because my main thing is to wrap. So I want to do more wraps and everything more than anything, because I think your mind be, how it's like you get used to just eating the meat and stuff, whatever, but sometimes you want to make it to a sandwich, right? So we're gonna make this plain and simple. Let's make sure this thing, okay, you see something. All right, so it's ready to go. And so it's pretty simple recipe. All right, so let's see. So pretty much they took 8 ounces of cottage cheese, okay? And I think we know that 8 ounces is 1 cup, right? Correct? So you see I didn't pre-do nothing, so we have something to talk about. So we want 1 cup of cottage cheese. Which it don't seem like that much. Let's see. All right. So if 8 ounces is 1 cup, this container says it holds 24 ounces. So I think that's what's throwing me off. Like, it don't seem like it's that much. All right. So we're going to put 1 cup of cottage cheese in my little processor. My husband gave me a new, I think y'all seen it. Wait a minute. He gave me a new Bullet Ninja. And so I was like, what else can I cook this in? Because I might not want eggs and stuff in my bullet. So I'm going to try it in this. And, okay, so let's get back before I get off task. They put like 1 stick of butter. So this is all about the protein, right? I just was smashing it up a little bit. Stick of butter. Hope this complies. And they just use they use 8 eggs. So that's why I'm hoping that this, you could make more than one little bread. So there's no carbs in eggs, but every egg is 70 calories. So I'm going to be thinking about that when I make my little sandwich. And with these eggs, I guess this is really high protein, right? And I want to say that she said you cook it between 40 to 50 minutes. You preheat your oven at 350. And this is pretty much what I got out of it so far. So we're doing it together. And I'm going to make it. And then the picture that I'm going to put up is going to just show you what it turned out to be. Maybe I'll go ahead, because I am hungry. So maybe it'll be me making my sandwich and everything. Now, see, get some of this stuff out of the way, because I don't like a lot of stuff and I can't think when I have stuff. So hold on while I roll away. All right, so I was thinking about seasoning and flavor and taste and things. So I think I'm gonna get a little bit of my oregano, because I was thinking about those good like crust with they be having with the pizzas and stuff. So I'm just gonna pour just a little bit of oregano. About that much, just enough, just to have a little bit. And I'm gonna go across it one time with my sprinkling of my salt. Put this back up. I think I did bring an extra. Okay, so I'm just gonna get my salt and lightly sprinkle across my oregano. And then I wanna mix that up. Let's see, get my hand and see if I can just taste anything. Okay. I was gonna put my olive oil, but you know what? It's got the butter, so I'm just gonna go with the oregano and the seasoning. All right. So let's see. Let's put this back together so we don't want this stuff like kicking off everywhere. I think I heard it lock. All right, y'all can see that. And I'm gonna blend it for a little bit. Okay, wait. I think this is one of them things where if it's not secure, it won't go. I don't know how good you're supposed to. Whipping those eggs and everything. I don't know how long you're supposed to whip it because they didn't say. So I'm gonna whip it a little bit till it gets kind of creamy. See. Huh. Got like this little extra creamy consistency. Let's see. I want to make sure everything is in there like, and I see my oregano is like mixed out through it. So this is a trial run. So we'll see if, you know, I need to add more oregano. Of course, I'm not going to taste it. It ain't like you making a cake. You know. Let's see. Do it just a little bit more. I'm kind of liking using this little machine for that versus using my bullet, which I'm going to be drinking my shake out of. And also, don't forget, guys, if y'all want to go and get some of my shake, it's on sisterstrust.org. And the area is called supplements. You're probably saying, now, why is she talking over that blender? I don't know. But, yeah, it's in, if you want to taste some of the shakes and some of the supplements, it's in sisterstrust.org in the area of supplements. What do I have on there? I have the new gummy bears, not gummy bears, the new gummies for the multivitamin. They taste so good. When I eat those things in the morning, it makes you feel like you just want to keep eating them. But I have been strong and left them not as candy. And so also been having like my one, for me, a turmeric capsule along with my blood pressure medicine. And so, but if you go in there, you could probably see what needs you have. Like you can get that multivitamin in a capsule. And we also have another gummy, and it is for like, what is it? The apple cider vinegar. So anyway, it's a lot of good stuff going on. But anyway, all right, so we're going to stop at that. And I think I'm glad I pulled out the measuring cup, because I think it'll be better for when I'm trying to pour this on the parchment paper. So I'm just going to move over and get that area set up real quick. All right, guys, I'm on the next little step. I'm getting ready. I still think I want to do and see. It's not going to be cornbread, but I want to see if some of this stuff will rise up as a bread. I'm going to use a little bit, but the main thing that I'm doing is making a flat bread, but I'm going to see what can be left over or what I can put in the one that you can make like a bread just when you just want to eat something. So I'm going to try both. So I got my parchment, so I got this, and so I'm going to, that stick of butter I used, I'm just going to butter this pan up a little bit with what was left of that, because the whole point is it's not going to hold it, it's to maybe keep the parchment paper from sticking. And so I'm going to get a little bit more of my parchment paper, if I'm pronouncing that right. Parchment paper, okay. Move that out of the way. And I'm just going to put it in my little bread pan. Push it down in there good. But learn how to cut it better so I don't be wasteful. Okay, since that's not the main deal, now I'm going to take my, get my mixture off the blender. I guess one big thing about that, if you got a blender, put your finger in it, because it could come out the bottom, which I was not planning. So I guess that's the difference when you have a processor that chops vegetables versus, I guess if I used my bullet, which I didn't want to do, then it would still be in the thing. Oh, you know what? I can also probably use my thing if it had enough room in it. I have to try it out for next time. So I got my little mixture in here, and I'm going to come over here to my parchment paper, and I'm thinking about how many loaves of bread, not loaves of bread, but sandwiches. So I'm wondering, like I probably could just pour the whole thing and then just cut it like that. Maybe I'll do that. Because I thought about making little circles and stuff like that, but that might be a waste. So I'm going to do that. Get this on my thing and just start with the middle. And see how far it spreads. Let me get a spoon. Because I didn't pour the whole thing in there, so I guess if I were to pour the whole thing in, it would spread more for my sandwich. So I'm just going to spread it out a little bit. Because like I said, I want to put some in the, I want to put some of it in this little platter thing. So I'm going to do that. So this is like another half the whole cup. So this one I'm just going to pour in here. So see that? I'm pouring it in here. Evening out my paper a little bit. I'm going to cut off some of the ends, because I don't know, the whole idea of the parchment paper, I guess, is to make the idea of cooking. But you don't need no paper fire, right? All right, so this is what I got for this part. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna get the rest of it and pour it into that first mixture. Don't do that part. And then let it, and then spread it across. All right, guys. So that's all we're gonna do. So y'all see me mixed and blended. I got the stove on for 350. I'm going to be checking it between 40 and 50 minutes. I think because I've divided it, I'll check it a little sooner just to check it, get the little brownness, because I don't want it hard, but I still want it to be like bread, like a sandwich. And this is high protein, so I'm thinking about how many eggs was in it, right? So that'll mean that I'm going to sit down and eat this whole sitting of 8 eggs of food, right? So I'll probably, if I do it in sections, and if I was doing two eggs in a day, then I'll make this as whatever it comes out to 4 servings. And with the other bread, I can make it really thin. So in my mind, I'm gonna think about this being 2 servings, because it's kind of half and half. And in this one, you know, the same. So if I come over here, I know that if I slice this, like half of it is 2 servings, and then I can make some other slices out of it. Okay, so we have to think logically that way, because we can't sit here down here eat a whole 8 eggs in 1 serving. But anyway, I know you guys are smart. So the next time I'm going to try to post what the pictures are, because we're not going to sit here and cook it the whole time, but you know how yours. So like I said, 350 for the oven, cook between 40 and 50 minutes. And so that's it. We're going to make us a flat bread and some regular bread. All right? High protein, no carbs. All right, love you guys, and thank you for joining me on A Sister's Trust.